Now let's add some CSS to bring this all together. First, we'll give all paragraphs in the inner content div a top margin and the same color as Bootstrap's text secondary. Then we'll make sure all inputs have black borders and a 0 border radius. I'll hide the labels on everything except for the Remember Me checkbox on the login page, since all the other inputs will have placeholders. And then make sure the placeholders have the same color as the rest of the site. While I'm thinking about it, I'll also update the search box's placeholder to that same color since it's the only one now that doesn't match. And finally, back in the All Auth section, I'll update all the form's buttons and the link color. Here's the default CSS from a Bootstrap button just copied from the inspector, and I changed the border radius, color, background color, and border color. Then here I've added a little hover effect, and made the links the text info color from Bootstrap. By the way, you could also do this by adding the btn or text info or whatever other Bootstrap classes you wanted to all the elements in the AllAuth templates, but since there's a lot of templates, it's faster to just copy the styles and apply them globally via the CSS here. That's another reason I added the AllAuth inner content div, as it gives us a way to isolate all the forms in all the AllAuth templates and apply CSS to them. Now if I try to log in, you'll see it won't let me anymore since I have no user profile. That's because the signal in the Profiles app is picking up that my username isn't new, so it's trying to save my profile, which doesn't exist. We can fix this really easily by temporarily adjusting the signal so it'll create a user profile for me. I'll just comment everything out and say no matter what, we want to create a profile, and then go log in again. Now that I'm logged in, I'll just set the signal back the way it was and all is well. Another way you could do this if you had many users who needed profiles created would be to do it through the shell by getting all the users and then creating a profile for them in a loop, but since I just have my one admin user, this works fine. Let's try the whole registration process and see how it works. I'll start by registering for an account, and that'll give us a notification that a confirmation email has been sent. You might remember at the moment we're logging emails to the console, so I can go there and get the confirmation link. I'll copy the last part of it here and paste it on the end of the running site's URL, which brings us to the confirm email page. And now I can log in. The last thing I'll do just to prove that profiles are working correctly is to update the link in the base template to point at the profile URL. Then go to our Profiles views, import the user profile model, get the profile for the current user, and then return it to the template. Then in the template, I'll just render the profile, and we'll see the username printed out. Let's commit all these updates, and in the next video, we'll create a form for the user to update their default delivery information and update the template to show their order history.